Hi guys, this is your Doom here, and today I'm gonna teach you and show you about battle protection and basically what is battle protection and what it really does. So, to get into battle protection tab, you need to go to inventory and the battle protection, it's over here. Now, before I start showing you what these are and what this is, I'm gonna tell you two important facts. One of them is that you have resistance, and the other fact is that you have a thing called reduce res. Now, the difference between resistance and reduce res is this. Resistance is that let's say for example a guy uses a Gaia attack on me. I would have resistance to reduce the damage taken from the attacker. So basically I would receive less damage. On the other hand, reduce res is that it penetrates the enemy's resistance. So you might say, aren't they basically the same, or don't they contradict each other? Not really, because there are some important facts. So basically the facts are these: that, like I said, since resistance is the more resistance you have, the more damage you'll receive, and reduce res is the more penetration you'll deal on a particular enemy. But the thing is here, let's say for example, let me introduce an attacker and a defender. So if I'm attacking someone, I'm the attacker and the other one is the defender. On the other hand, if someone attacks me, he's the attacker cause he attacked me and I'm the defender. So basically what the difference between resistance and reduce res is comes into this bit. So the more resistance you have, the less damage you receive from reduce res. On the contrary, the more reduce res, the more damage you'll be able to penetrate. So let's say for example someone attacked me and he has, let's say for example, he has reduced res level 1, for example, and I have resistance of level 5. In that case, when the attacker attacks me and deals damage, I will get a huge immense of damage reduction. So basically I will receive less damage. On the other hand, if I'm the defender and the attacker is attacking me, and the attacker has a very high reduce res and my resistance is still low, if this happens, then the attacker will deal an immense damage upon me. So basically, yeah, it will deal a lot of damage. The rate of reduce res, if like I said, the reduce res is higher than the resistance, than the defender's resistance, the rate is as follows. You get 100% damage plus bonus damage to that example, the attacker is attacking me, and he has high reduce res, and I got low resist. If this happens, like I said before, I will get a lot of damage. But on the other hand, I will deal a lot of damage to him as well, because I, as the attacker or the defender, depending who attacked who, would have basically roughly the same resistance and the same reduce res as him. So if both resistance and reduce res quite match, we will both deal an immense huge of damage. So like I said, you can have both of these. Now what we have here, I'll show you with within a minute or so. But before that, I really need to state some very important things, including even these. So basically, guys, the battle protection is only self-use. You cannot, it doesn't stack with the BR, with the battle rating. No, it doesn't stack. It stacks with the self's stats. Stats. It's like they're combined. It's like giving, for example, Gaia a shield, or you're giving Gaia extra damage. So that's what it's basically is about, battle protection. But like I said, it's only about self. It does combine with the character, but in a way that the self and the character are connected together depending on which self you're using and which type. So basically these are stats. You have fire, water, wind, electric, light and dark. Because as you all know, there are 6 types of resistances. There are the fire, water, wind, electric and light and dark. Those are the 6 resistances. So these, as you can see, these numbers change, the stats change according to yourself. So for example, my Gaia has 50 fire resist, 100 water, minus 200 wind, etc, etc, etc. Because as you all know, Gaia, being a magic damage self, is weak versus P80k selves, for example, Pan or Amazon or Hades. That way, the stats are minus because they are really low versus them. So these will change according to yourself. So like I said here before, I had 50, 100 and so on. Let me change self for you and see what happens now. I go back to battle protection, and as you can see, the fire res is 100. Apparently my Iris has more fire res than my Gaia. I don't really know why and how this is calculated, but yeah, that is how it works. Depending on the self, these stats over here on the left side will change. So you saw my Gaia, you saw my Iris. Now I have an Apollo as well. I don't have Hades or Amazon. I only have those 3. But let me call my Apollo and go to battle rating. As you can see, my Iris has actually 100 fire res, while Apollo has got Unfortunately, this shield is coming soon. Don't ask me when it's coming out because I really don't know. Ask that to R2. Anyway, so basically, what these shields are is that imagine in real life you have a shield. A shield protects you. Now, depending on which type of shield you have or you are using, the more effect it would have. So, for example, since wood shield is made of wood, it will reduce damage to a certain amount. On the other hand, a iron shield will reduce damage by not that much, but it will reduce damage more than a wood shield would reduce the damage. So basically, the more high level or high type of shield you have, the better it is for you. So basically, like I said, these are the shield. So let's go over the requirements for you to get to unlock the shields, because you can see this is unlocked. I mean locked, and I can't use it yet. This is still locked, and this is coming soon. So let me go over here and read it out loud to you so you can understand more. This copper shield unlocks at level 65. Okay, I'm level 70, so I should be able to unlock it. But here's the problem. In order for anyone to unlock a copper shield or a silver shield or a gold shield, you need an item called Kingdom Mark. Now, what's this Kingdom Mark? Basically, it's easy. As you can see in the description, it says gained from battle and protection. Battle and protection is a quest that you have over here. As you can see over here, you have battle protection. Now, in order for you to get one Kingdom Mark, you need to collect 10 lost stones. Okay, if you see mine, I have forgotten stones, not lost stones. This is because in the first place I got all 10 lost stones, and I was able, as I'm gonna show you, to unlock the silver shield. I could have unlocked the gold shield because you only need one Kingdom Mark, which I had, but you need to be level 75. For me, I couldn't unlock it yet because I'm not level 75 yet. But if you are level 75 and you've got one Kingdom Mark, you can just unlock gold shield. You might say, hey, but aren't you supposed to unlock the shields one after the other? No, guys. You can just go for the gold shield, or you can just go for this shield automatically when it comes out immediately. You don't have to open these one after the other. You can skip. As you can see, when you are at level 55, you get two shields, this and this, which don't mind the crystals. I'll tell you soon what they are and how do you get them. But like I said, you only start with these two, and I unlocked the silver shield, and I skipped the copper shield. I didn't waste one Kingdom Mark to just open a silver to open a copper shield. I just went straight to the silver shield because, as I said before, silver shield gives you more defense, more reduced is no rule that specifies that you need to open them one by one. So, for example, if you are level 75 and you got your very first kingdom mark, you can just go press on guild shield, and when you press it, it tells you, do you want to use the kingdom mark, and you press confirm or yes, and it will unlock for you. Like I said, I had the quest to get 10 lost stones to make one kingdom mark, but I've done that, and with that, like I said, I opened the silver. Then when you get 10, you get the mark. With the mark you can open whichever shield you want if your level meets the requirement shield. So basically that's about the shield. Now, like I said, you understood by now what this does. Now I'm gonna tell you how you're able to unlock the reduced res. So basically, you need to have your tune level of level 55. If you're not level 55, you basically battle protection starts at level 55. So if you don't have level 55 tune, battle protection will be disabled. So basically, in order for you to unlock the reduced res, you need to be level 55 and you need to have 300 resistance from socketing crystals. Now this is very important. You need 300 resistance, but from socketing crystals, not for example, you have 300 electric res. No. You need 300 resistances from crystals. Now, I'm gonna explain what crystals are, how you make them, etc. So, basically, as you can see over here, these are crystals, in which there are crystals of 6 types. Of all the 6 types of sylphs, there exists. You have the fire crystal, water crystal, wind crystal, electric crystal, light crystal, and finally you have the dark crystal. Now, when you get a crystal, first I need to show you from where to get the crystal. So basically, I can't show you right now because I left my tune currently blitzing till I record and make you this guide. But basically, for you to get the crystals, you need to either do the lost treasure. You have 5 attempts every day, in which the types of map you get, the more rewards you receive. So, for example, if you do a green map, you get, I don't really remember how much. I think green is 9. And then, if I'm not mistaken, blue is 16, is it? I don't really know. I don't keep them in mind. But basically, every type of maps gives you a certain amount. Of course, depending on how high of quality the map is, the more crystals you'll get. And that is how you get the crystals. Now, I will show you how to make a level 1 crystal. So basically, we have a new tab over here called crystal. Don't take any heed of these guys. I will tell you what will crystals are later on. So basically, as you can see, there are all the you're gonna synthesize a crystal. So basically, let me check before, because I need some crystals to make for this. So basically, I need them all. So we go to the blacksmith, synthesize crystals, choose the type of crystal you want, if it's electro, fire, etc. And then you press on synthesize, and you need crystal shards to be able to make a level 1 crystal. It could be, like I said, any type of crystals, as long as you have crystal shards. For example, electro resistance needs crystal shards. Water needs, water needs crystal shards. Level 1 whatever type of crystal, you need crystal shards. Now, like I said, you get the crystal shards from Lost Treasure Quest, and secondly, you can get crystal shards from the hot events in treasure map. You get 100 if you do a black, if you do, excuse me, a blue, a purple, and orange treasure maps. So basically, you get 400 from orange, 300 from treasure, 100 from blues. But guys, don't depend on this. I don't really want to tell you to depend on this to get the crystals, because as you can see, this has 3 days, 6 hours and 14 minutes left in order for it to finish. After that's finished, you have to get the crystal shards only from the lost treasure. So basically, yeah guys, later on, after that event ends, you can only get the crystals from the lost treasure maps. So like I said, okay, let's say then we have the crystals, and I want to make an electro crystal. So what I do is, currently I have 258. So what I do is select the type of crystal I want and the amount. Basically, this is the same as gems. You know how gem conversion and gem synthesize works. You know how this works as well. And yeah, guys, by the way, crystals can be converted just as gems. So let me go and make a crystal. Okay, I need electro. I need 2 electro. So I'll just make 2. I can make 3, but I need 2. I'll tell you why in a sec. So I'm gonna synthesize 2 electro, and I've got 2 electro crystals in my bag, which they're here. So let me go back. Okay, Blitz is finished. That's good. So as I was saying, guys, if you go to convert, you can see the 2 crystals I just synthesized, and this, like I said, works the same way as gems do. You can convert any type of crystal into an other form. So I can convert my electro into a fire or water or self or dark or light crystal. But I don't need to convert it. But yes, guys, there is the possibility in which you can convert the crystals. This is really good. Let's say, just in case by accident you synthesized the wrong type crystals. So let's say I wanted electro crystal, and by mistake I synthesized a light crystal. What I do in that case, I get the light crystal, I go to convert, I get the the light crystals over here and I convert them to the desired crystals I have. So that's what crystals are, and how you synthesize and how you convert them. Now, this is very important. I'll go back to battle protection. A crystal gives you a certain amount of resistance, of course, depending on which crystal type it is. But, for example, level 2's any type of sylph gives you plus 18 res. A level 1 gives you 10, as you're gonna see over here. A level 1 fire will give you 10 resistance. So basically, guys, the higher level the crystal, the more resistance of that particular type, the more stat resistance you'll get. Like I said, you can level up your crystals up to level 7. So basically what I'm gonna do is show you how you can socket them. So let's empty these. You can just switch through shields, by the way. So let's go on wood shield, and let's say you're over here. You didn't socket any crystals. So what you do is press on the desired shield. I'm gonna choose the wood shield, and then just double click on the crystals, and they get automatically inserted in the slots. It's the same thing with gems and socketing rods, like you're socketing a crystal or socketing a gem. It's the same thing. And I'll insert back my light resist. So that's basically how you socket crystals. Now, in order for you to make a level 2 or level 3 or level 4 and so on, I will show you how this will be done. So, for this to happen, I need to remove my electro resist. You can just double click and remove it. Same like gems. Like I said, exactly like gems. So, I go to blacksmith and synthesize and crystal. I find electro, and I come here. So to make level 1, like I said, you need 100 crystal shard per crystal. So in order for you to make level 2 crystals, you need 3 level 1 crystals. Same thing as gems. For gems you need 4 level 1 to make level 2. To make level 3 you need 4 level 2, and so on, guys. This is the same thing, but instead of 4 you need 3 for this time. So I removed my level 1 electro sylph, so I would have 3 and will be able to have a level 2. So I'm gonna synthesize a level 2 crystal, and that's done. So I go back to battle protection, select the shield from where I got it. Now this is a level 2, and I just voila, and I just socketed back to where it was. Now I have 3 shields with 2 specific shields, which are wood and silver, which have level 2. Only this has 2 level 1s and only 1 level 2, which I just synthesized. Now, what you need to do here is just do lost treasure every day. If you can, guys, get a orange map and do it with friends. You get more benefits, you get more crystals if you do the maps party of four. The more people there are in your party, the more rewards you'll get. But you can have up to four members in your party, including yourself. So that fourth one is yourself. So you need three others to make a full party. By doing a full party, you'll get more rewards. And then what I insist you to do is just level them up as high as you can. For beginners, I suggest you that let's say you have two shields. I suggest you to make three crystals of level 1 here and three crystals level 1 over here. And then if you're sticking up with two, just level them up little by little, one by one, etc. Until you get high level resist. So you would have high resist in order to get reduced damage. Now guys, this is very important, which I'm gonna say. For shields, you can have only one of the same type. So I cannot have two dark crystals or two electro crystals or light crystals. You can only have one. So you can either decide that I don't want light, but I want fire, for example. If let's say I change my mind and I want that light into fire, I go convert it to fire, and you have a fire crystal, and just socket it back to where it came from. But like I said, you cannot have more than three crystals socketed in one shield. You can have another electro resistance, but it has to be in the other shield. So that's it for the crystals. But remember guys, since you only have 3 slots, you have to choose which crystals best suit you and which sylphs you often encounter. So for example, if you encounter mostly Electro, Hades and Apollo, for example, just get those 3. If on the other hand you often find an Iris or an Amazon or a Pan, get those type of crystals in order for you to get reduced damage from the sylph. Because this, what happens is, let's say for example, a guy is attacking me and he has Pan, for example, and I don't have a Pan, a wind crystal resistance. So he will deal an immense damage towards me, even if he has the reduced res. If he has the reduce res, he will deal an immense, even more damage to me. Firstly, because I don't have any resistance versus the wind type, and secondly because he might have a higher reduce res. So this is important guys, just think it over, take the best crystals you might want to consider to use. Now I'm gonna go over, this is the last bit of the battle protection, excuse me, guide. The last thing is will crystals. You might say, what are will crystals? I will tell you. In order for you to use reduce res, you would need first to unlock it, as I specified before, and then you will need will crystals to make an even more effect on the penetration of the reduce res. So like the dark sylph, like the dark crystal, excuse me, has dark res according to the level. So does the will crystal, but the will crystal, of course, doesn't have the res. It has reduction, resistance reduction. So I'm gonna show you exactly what they are. I go to synthesize crystal, and these are the will crystals. So like I said, the will crystals are crystals that penetrates the targets or the enemy's resistance. So a level 1 will crystal will give you a res reduction of 30. So if I have a will crystal, I will reduce the target's resistance by 30 reduction. So after you get the crystals, guys, you just socket them exactly like the crystals. I can't press it because it's not logged yet. So as I was saying, to be able to unlock this, guys, you need 300 resistance from socketing crystals. So what that is that you need to add up your 3 crystals of each shield you have. So for example, you have to do 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus 10 plus 18 plus 10 plus 18 plus 18 plus 18. After you get the total of that, okay, you will get the final amount of resist you have. It doesn't matter the type it is, it still adds up. After the resistance crystal stats add up to 300, this will be able to be unlocked. So basically, you can to get 300 resistance from crystal stats, you can either just open up more shields to add up even more crystals, or you can just leave 2 shields or 3 and just level them up as you go on. So for example, if I have a level 5, let me see how much a level 5 gives. Let me give it a time for it to okay, so there it is. So basically, guys, a level 5 fire resist gives 54 resistance points. Imagine you have 6 or 5. After those 6 of 54 fire resist or water or any type of resist, after they add up to 300, then you will be able to unlock the reduce res. So after you are able to unlock this, you will have 3 sockets. It's the same as the crystals, as these crystals. You will have 3 slots for you to be able to insert 3 will crystals. Now, you cannot socket a type crystal into reduce res because they don't match. You need will crystals. So in order for you to get will crystals, go synthesize crystals, and here you have the will crystals. Like I said, you can have the will crystal of up to level 7, which a level 7 gives 230 res reduction. So basically, to get a level one will crystal, so you will be able to equip the will crystal into the socket. You need 100 will crystal shards. Now, you currently can't get will crystal shards. And why am I saying that you can't get the will crystal shards? Is because R2 haven't yet enabled will crystal shards in the game. So after they will be able to be enabled in the game, you manage to get 100 will crystal shards to make a level 1. After you get a level 1, you go back to the battle protection, you press on reduce res, and you socket your will crystal there. Same thing as the gem, same thing as the type resist crystal. So, like I said, for now you cannot get the will crystal shards because R2 haven't enabled them yet in the game. So, after R2 enables them in the game, for now I just can't tell you from where you get them because so far we have no such information on where you get the crystal shards after they're available in the game. So yeah, guys, basically that's it about battle protection. I told you about the shields, what they do. I told you the difference between resistance and reduce res. I told you about the stats, which I say again, this is very important because these stats change according to your activated self. I told you how to suck it, I told you how to unlock the shields, and I told you how to unlock and how to use and how to suck it crystals and will crystals. But like I said, will crystals are not available now, so we'll have to wait for them to be available. So thank you guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you managed to get your problem fixed. So go out there and experiment on your own. If you didn't understand something, just PM me in game. I'm on server S324 called